Yes people, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're doing something a little bit different. Well, I say different, it's the same as what we did on the Golf. Now today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be wrapping the interior to this BMW in Alcantara, like a charcoal black sort of grey Alcantara. Now it didn't go very well with the Golf, it looked horrific after a while, so this time I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to be stripping everything down to as much as possible and doing it as well as I possibly can. I'm hoping this is going to go well, and I'm hoping this looks really good afterwards. Let me show you what I'm going to be wrapping today. This filthy door card is what I'm going to be doing, so I'm going to clean all this up. Now I'm taking every single component off this door, so airbag, this trim here, the Alcantara, if I can get that off I'll take that off as well, speaker, handle, taking this. I can even take this whole section off if I want to, but I'll see what I can do, see if I can actually get that off. So I'm going to glue all this back together because I haven't actually got a plastic welder with me, so all these components will be glued back on, but this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm taking all of that off and then wrapping it in this. So this is like an Alcantara suede sort of thing, as you can see. I think this is going to make this look a bit, it's not going to be too in your face. I know with the Golf it was very bright, so it was like a light grey. However, this is a bit darker, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too in your face. It's more of a just to make it look a little bit better when people look at it, so it doesn't look a bit boggo like that. Nothing too major, but yeah, this is going to go on this side as well. Yeah, so both sides, and then I'm going to try and attempt some stuff with the dashboard as well, maybe these sections. I am going to do something with the dash at some point, but we're going to stick with the door cards today, and I might even attempt the rear door cards because they could do with some work. But I think this will match quite well because this actually is Alcantara anyway, like the side pieces, this is all Alcantara, so it should match quite well. So we're going to have a go. I'm going to take this apart and see what we can do. As you can see, this is the back of the door card. Now there is a few bolts here, but all of these here is what they weld from factory, and they've got a little tool to do it, so I'm gonna have to belt sand these back or cut them off and then drop some glue on there to hold them in place. But that is what separates all these components. You can kind of see the shape of it where it's glued, well, welded. These are bolted, so I could take that off quite easily, but that's the sort of stuff we're gonna have to do. So we're gonna have to belt sand them back, take them components off, and then wrap them individually. We're going to start off by taking the 4 nuts off the back of the centre of the door card. That will release the middle section. Then we're going to take the 520 Torx off the handle and then release it from the front. This guy has been sat. Look at the size of that wasp. Oh my god. Has he even got caught there? Oh my. Well, that's a nice surprise, isn't it? Moving on, we're going to be taking the wiring off that's connected to 2 speakers, one at the top, one at the bottom. They're held on by 20 Torx, there's about 3, you take them out and it should just slot straight out. Once that's done, you can turn it over and take any remaining trims off the front. Now this is what I'm going to be doing, so all of these little welds, that's what I'll be taking out. I'll be just taking the centre section out because that's what I'm going to wrap first, and then obviously it will leave the actual door card itself, which is the leather pieces on the back. I'll leave them out and then I'll wrap it inside hopefully, but I haven't got a belt sander, so I'm using a grinder with an 80 grit to try and get all of these off, and then I'll glue them back on afterwards. So let's attack this. Moving on, we're going to grind these welds back. Now this isn't the correct tool for this at all, it's all I had to hand. I would highly recommend using a belt sander, but this can get pretty messy, so I'd highly recommend using goggles as well because this plastic stuff can fly everywhere. It isn't the prettiest, but it was all I had. All I'm doing is grinding them back so it releases the front of the door card from the back. Then once all that is done, I can get a screwdriver, just tap the center of them so it releases it fully. Then I can flip it back over and I can pull it apart. There you have it. There's the door card stripped down. Now that's going to be a lot easier. As you can see, this is actually all one piece now, so that is the actual door card. These are the bits that actually get put on at factory. This is how it will come out. Obviously that's going to have to come out as well, but that is it all stripped down. Now that's going to be a lot easier for me to wrap that because I can wrap it underneath here, which is going to be the main thing. That's why I wanted these off, so I can go over it like that and then wrap it underneath so it's tight, so nothing starts to peel, because on the Golf it is starting to peel, so it's starting to lift a bit here and there because I've just kind of almost tucked it in. But on these, I'm going to go all the way in and then wrap it around. What I have got as well to get it flat on here, so if I was to just wrap it there, over there, this would be a bit loose and the air underneath it wouldn't stick down. So what I've got some spray glue, which is the same thing I use on the Golf. I'm going to spray it on, I'm going to lay it down flat, and then I'm going to pull it tight. And then on the back, I'm not sure what I'll do, I might just leave it, cut it, trim it down so it's nice, or put a bit of glue on there as well so it's tight behind there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have an attempt at this now. Let's go. So I just did this piece and now realise that it wasn't even recording. So what I did is I sprayed it on, laid it out as flat as I could, pushed it in, and then what I'm going to do now is, now I've got it wrapped over, and drop some glue here just around the side so it sticks in place, and obviously pull your edges in as much as you can. So like this, I know this is covered up to about here, but I want to pull that tight, the same around the edge. But this was almost like a practice piece, that's why I did the small piece first. Now we're going to go on to that one, and then possibly that one, depending on how that one goes. Yeah, I'd say that was a success for the first little piece. Moving on. So that is what the glue looks like when it's on. It almost like a spider web covers it, but it is pretty good stuff. All you gotta do is let it sit for 2 seconds so it goes tacky, then you can start laying it down. All I did was lay the Alcantara down, cut it to size, then I can smooth it all out with my hand, trying to get no creases at all. It is a long process, took me about 2 hours this is, however it can be done, you just need to have patience. I think the hardest part is curling it over the sides so it doesn't peel. That is the longest part, but it can be done, you just need to have patience. Cutting the edges, wrapping them down, sticking them down flush so all of the front has no creases. So that is the final product. Much better than what I did on my last job. However, look at that. There's a bit of glue on there and it literally rubbed straight through it. Absolutely fuming with that. Probably put some more glue there with that. Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. That's the other piece, so that's got to go up through the back of that, so I'm going to hope that this isn't going to lift as I put it through. Then we're going to put that on, then we're going to put it back on here, see what it looks like. Next, we're going to push it into the face of the door card so it sits flush, so we can test the fitment and make sure nothing's peeling. So there you have it. That looks way better. Now, I haven't actually got time to do it today, but I will be doing this part as well. I might have to strip that down and redo that, but that, I think that looks subtle but better. Clean these up. Whether I do these, I'm not sure. Probably will do them at some point, but I want to get this down, sort this out because this isn't the best. Maybe paint this bit black or wrap it black, something like that. Change this to the same colour as this. Yeah, that looks way better in my opinion, obviously. When the other bits are done, it will look better, but that is, I think, the right colour as well. So I'm not going to show you the glue process on the back, but yeah, I'm just basically going to glue exactly where the holes are. Then we're going to get this back on the car. Then, like I said, at another point, we're going to do the rest of it. So there is the final product. I'm happy with that. Now, we just got to get this piece done, and then maybe, I might leave these bits actually, just tidy them up a little bit. But yeah, let's get this back on the car, see how it looks. Time to put this door card back on. All you need to do is offer it up, make sure you've plugged everything in, line it up, give it a little tap so the clips pop in, then you can put the 20 Torx back in the door card and you should be good to go. So that's that side done. Now let's move on to the other side. I'm not going to sit and film the other side because you've literally just watched it. So this is going to be Alcantara in 3, 2, 1. And there you have it, Alcantara. And if you can notice, if you can actually see, I've done that Alcantara as well, so the whole thing's done. I'll show you a better angle now. So there it is in all its glory. Yeah, so I've done this as well. I need to do it for the other side because that's not done, so I'm going to quickly take that off and do that. Yeah, extremely happy with that. It took a while, it took about 2 hours or so this says, but obviously because we took all the door card apart and had to glue all that together, that's why it's taken so long. But yeah, I was going to also do this piece in gloss black, but it doesn't actually stick to that material, so I either buy another one or flat that down and then wrap it again. But yeah, and there you have it, that's all it's done. So we've got this part of door card and that, same on that side. Then we've just done this. Now I was going to paint this section and this bottom section black just to give it a bit better colour, and then obviously this is probably going to go gloss black at some point as well, but I will have to change that piece, I think. I don't really intend on flattening that all down just so I could wrap it. So yeah, that'll make that look a little bit better, a bit darker. Then next we're going to be moving on to the interior trims and the dashboard. Now the dashboard I want a flock, so it's going to have like almost like a similar suede sort of Alcantara look to it, but it'll be little bits that like powder that you put onto it. Now that's going to be in the future, because I might have to get a new dashboard, because this one is like, it's been dyed before. Like it just looks, I mean look at that, it just looks awful. It's coming back through. It was originally cream, that's all, that's still cream. But yeah, eventually we'll get a new dashboard and we'll sort that out. I also need to sort that little cut out in the door, that will get glued, and then obviously when we're going to black that you won't see it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today, because I was going to wrap these, however it doesn't stick to them, so that'll be for another day. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.